everyone, it's me, Stef the Alternate, your nerdy alternative, and welcome to the Daily Nerd Live Saturday edition. How are you all doing this wonderful, wonderful weekend? Yes, I did start at 11 o'clock UK time instead of 10 o'clock UK time, as per what is the usual, only because currently I'm 4 hours ahead of you American alternates rather than the typical 5. So I've started an hour late just to kind of compensate that, if that makes sense. My understanding is your guys' clocks are going to be going back tonight, so yay, we can get back to normal then at that point. In the meantime, thank you to everyone that's tuning in live or you're tuning into the replay. Thank you so much. On your way out, if you don't mind, do make sure you click on that subscribe button, like, share, comment, all of that good stuff. Before we get into today's main topic, there are a couple of thanks I do need to send out. So everyone watching on the replay, you know the drill. Fast forward a little bit. In the meantime, though, Tears in Tina, thank you so much for the £2 sugar bucks. And my favourite, the Ginger Doggy Fighting Hearts moment. You were the first one to find it for this stream, so thank you so much for that, home. Also, as well, Cherie Pitila, hopefully I've pronounced that right. Cherie Pitila. Hopefully I've pronounced that right. If not, my apologies. Thank you so much for the £1 sugar bucks. Or should we call them Scobie bucks right now? Yeah, let's call them Scobie bucks right now, because, oh my goodness, we're going to go in a little bit on our little Scobie here, and I'm going to explain, because she's the bed. Moron comes to mind. That's all I'm going to say. Also, as well, Jess, 2003, thank you so much for the $3.99 Scobie bucks. And again, it's my favourite. The Ginger Doggy Fighting Hearts moment. Thank you. Really appreciate your face. Cherie, yeah, thank you so much for the $1 sugar bucks. Jess, 2003, yes, I love it. Now that I've got this thing fixed, does it look better now? Looks back to normal. Back to normal it is. Woo, I love it. Jean Rick, thank you so much for the $1.99 Scobie bucks. And again, my favourite. The Ginger Doggy Fighting Hearts moment. I love it. And she didn't just stop there. Jean Rick's turning around and be like, right, let's go. One leadership gifted to one of you lucky lot out there. So everyone say, hey up to our newest leader, courtesy of Jean Rick, who's going to respond and officially kick off today's gifting war for this stream. Guys, we may soon find out. And Tyrana, thank you so much for the $2 sugar bucks. And my favourite again, the Ginger Doggy Farting Hearts moment. I love it. And oh my goodness, the support keeps coming through. Keep those Scobie bucks coming through, guys. And let me know if there's a sugar in the chat so we can sound off the sugar alert. Nancy DVI, thank you so much for the $2 Scobie bucks. And again, the Ginger Doggy Fighting Hearts moment. I love it. Away up. Sergeant Harrison in the house. Sergeant, you need to let me know, what do you think to the new and last, apparently, ever Beatles song, Now and Then? I like it. I have to admit, I do like it. And presumably you watched the behind-the-scenes documentary as well. What did you think to it all? Because I thought it was really fascinating. But you got to let me know, love. You got to let me know. Nancy DVI, oh my goodness, jumping in and being like, this is how you do a gifting war, guys. 5 leaderships gifted to some of you lucky lot out there. Oh my goodness. Everyone say, hey up to our newest leaders, courtesy of Nancy DVI. And now I can officially confirm that today's gifting wars has begun. So thank you so much to Nancy DVI for kicking off today's gifting wars in style. We are at 6 new leaders at the moment. Can we make it double figures and get to 10 new leaders? Just 4 more is needed. We may soon find out, guys. And Cherie again. Oh my goodness. Hey up, Cherie. Thank you so much for another $1 Scobie bucks. I love it. 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 And Lou's mum, thank you so much for the $5 Scobie bucks, saying, loved the Beatles documentary. Hi, Steph. Yeah, I liked it a lot more than I thought I was going to. That's for sure. Because, I mean, I'll be very honest with you. I mean, I respect the music, respect the legacy, don't get me wrong, but I'm not too much of a Beatles fan. But I have to admit, this one's pretty good. Sergeant Harrison says, I love it. The music video is so emotional. Yeah, it is actually. Stephen Magnus says, thank you so much for the £2 Scobie bucks. Saying, where is the subject in the title bar? I've decided to change it up and not do it anymore. So, yeah, there you go. That's why. That's why. And Lorianne, thank you so much for your continued support for the leadership for the last 6 months. That's proper epic of you, lass, saying love ya. Love you too. Love you too. Okay. Oh, hang on a minute. Sergeant also says, every time I saw George on the screen, it made me cry. Yeah. Yeah. Well, with that being said, guys, we are going to jump into today's main topic of the day. For those that want to continue sending over your Scobie books or jumping into today's gifting wars and whatnot, I will get to your support as and when I can whilst I'm going through today's main topic. And oh my goodness, RB8620 just sneaking in there before we get to the main topic with a $5 Scobie bucks. And it's the Ginger Doggy saying, good job. Good job. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, hang on. Apologies. I've got to keep remembering to wear my glasses, my blue light glasses, so I can protect my eyes. Okay, so with that being said, guys, yeah, let's jump into today's main topic of the day. Because, yeah, this is hilarious. And Scobie got roasted on Twitter. So I'm going to start with this little nugget here. Richard Eden. Now, if you don't know who Richard Eden is, he works for the Daily Mail, writes for the Palace Confidential blog. So yeah, he's a proper royal reporter. And yeah, he's turning around and he's saying, what's Prince Harry and Meghan's cheerleader Omid Scobie whining about now? And then turns around and says, I can't see his tweets because he blocked me. Oh my goodness. Being blocked by Scobie, guys. What an honour, right? What an honour. But yeah, what is Omid Scobie whining about? This. Oh my goodness. So he tweets this out and he says, even if this was a choice made by the hosts, and it probably was, so, you know, he takes that into account, fair enough. The optics of the King and Queen walking on a red carpet to avoid soil at Nairobi National Park are pretty ridiculous and out of touch. A clued up palace aide could have easily asked for it to be removed. It's a red carpet. So the hell what? I'm sorry, but what is wrong with this picture again? What is wrong with this picture? Now, he also furthermore says, I've been on many royal visits all over the world and seen aides run around requesting last-minute tweaks or changes before royals arrive at engagements, including red carpets that have been deemed unnecessary. So there is precedent for this. Yeah, precedent, but this doesn't look unnecessary to me. It really, really doesn't, right? Now, he got roasted and got a lot of pushback about those tweets, right? Now, Sophie Bear 1980 responds underneath saying, weren't there any palace aides around to prevent Harry from taking a pic with a dead animal he just shot? Since parks and wildlife are so important to him, bad optics, wouldn't you say? Now, I'm not going to show you that picture because YouTube Human Review, being ultra sensitive, might be like, demonetized. But yeah, you can Google it. That picture's there. Now, to his credit, all right, because I'm going to keep it 100, to his credit, Omid responds saying, "It was an appalling photo. I abhor any form of animal hunting as a sport. Now back to the subject at hand." So, yeah, he does turn around and he's like, no, okay, hands up, that was a bad photo. Fair play, fair play. But yeah, back to the subject at hand, Omid, because Richard Eden then finds out what all the kerfuffle is about, right? And tweets this out. So let the roasting begin. He says, so Omid Scobie wants King Charles and Queen Camilla to be dictating to their African hosts about the way they are greeted. If they ask for the red carpet to be rolled back up, he would be criticising them for that instead. Exactly. Because then the optics would be, oh my goodness, the king and queen telling Kenyan politicians what to do. Harks back to colonialism, blah, 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 blah. Don't tell the Kenyan people what to do. Now, stay tuned until the end of this segment because I have an opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, as to why Omid Scobie tweeted this out, okay? And I think it's actually, I would like to say, quite insidious, all right? To me, there is another, let's say, game being played, all right? As a little bit of a teaser there. Now, this is the thing. The roasting on Twitter continued. And oh my goodness, did it continue for miles? So here we are, Zalendo, and hopefully I've pronounced that right. If not, again, apologies. Saying, I guess there'll be no bitching from Monty DeCito, I like that, mouthpiece Scobie with this photo, since it's Camilla not on the red carpet. Hashtag unsuccessful, hashtag dumb prince and stupid wife. Yeah. This photo, and for Scobie, crickets. Crickets indeed. But guys, it gets better. So, Robin Lynn King 2 makes a really, really good point. Regardless if you're in Kenya or anywhere else in the world, right? And you are a guest of authority and prominence and power and celebrity or whatever, right? Along those realms. It's common to roll out a red carpet for guests, even in the USA. Like, all of a sudden, the world is going to freaking explode because King Charles and Queen Camilla walked on a red carpet that the Kenyan officials organised. Yeah, okay, no, don't think so. Then Felicia turns around and says, Scobie missed this and it's going to backfire. Oh, yeah. So, oh my goodness, this is why I like Twitter, because shiz the bed. They are not going to let BS fly at all, because they went in and they did some digging, and yeah, look at this. Scobie's best mates has a Megxie on a red carpet that is over grass and mud. Oh my goodness! Where's Scobie's outrage at this? At this? But no, crickets, right? Crickets. Megan's Mole, a friend of mine. If you're not subscribed to her, what the hell are you doing with your life? Do it right now on YouTube. Says, no complaints from Omid Scobie when this happened. It's just a problem when the king and queen do it. Yeah. Exactly, right? And Sabir Alone says, how dare the king and queen team allow a red carpet to be put over dirt? Did they not understand the optics? Especially a few years back when they did the same thing but to cover grass to keep them clean? Oh, wait. Exactly, right? It's okay when Megxie and Hazard do it, right? Because I'm not hearing any outrage from Scobie being like, oh my goodness, Megxie and Hazza did an outing and they landed here and the red carpet was rolled out and it's over grass and it's over mud. Oh my goodness, the optics! Will somebody please think of the optics? If you don't get that Simpsons reference, no nerd points from me. But yeah. How could he tweet this with a straight face? How? How could he do that? This is hilarious, guys. Twitter went in on him. Now, here, Prince and Princess of Wales Tribes Britannia says, I agree with Scobie and Chris Ship ITV. The optics of a red carpet over soil is terrible. And there's the picture again of Hazza and Megxie doing exactly what the King and Queen have just done in Kenya. But again, crickets, right? It's crickets from Team Sussex when they do it. Before we go any further, Chaos Druid, hey, thank you for joining the leadership. Really appreciate your face. You now have access to all the badges, exclusive emojis, and once a month we do a leader-only stream, which will be next week, so I hope to see you there. Who else is going to click the join button? We may soon find out, but everyone say hey up to our newest leader, the Chaos Druid. Thanks again for joining. But going back to this. Oh, Wendy Lou says, Richard is the best, LOL. I know, right? I love his articles. They're really well written as far as I'm concerned. Anyways, Meghan's mole again, back at it, saying, did Omid Scobie complain about this? Or is it only a problem when the King and Queen do it? Oh. Will somebody please think of the optics of this? Lorianne, before I lose you here, thank you so much for jumping into today's gifting war. Gifting one leadership to one of you lucky alter nerds out there. So everyone say, hey up to our newest leader, courtesy of Lorianne. Thank you so much for jumping into today's gifting war. Really appreciate your face. Who else is going to do it? We may soon find out, guys. We may soon find out. But yeah. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Wow. They're on the red carpet. Oh, and look at that bow. Oh my goodness. British colonialism at its finest, right, guys? Where's the outrage of this? Where is the outrage? Cat Harper, I love this. Oops. HG Tudor refers to Scooby-Doo as the improbable plastic-faced Omid Scobie. I think it fits. I do too. And thank you so much, Anne-Marie Thompson, for the £5 Scobie books. Yes, because in honour of Scobie, we're going to call them Scobie books today, saying just to upset the scabies and the sugars. That'll do. Keep sending the Scobie books to upset scabies and the sugars. Let's do that, absolutely. And Sergeant Harrison, thank you so much for the $2 Scobie books, saying, Scooby, where's Shaggy? I wouldn't want to know. I really wouldn't want to know. But yeah, where's the outrage on this one from our Scobes, right? But oh, it gets even better because I found this. Now, this was released back in 2016, guys, okay? Nairobi Wire, Kenya's trusted source for news, politics, lifestyle, sports, and all trending news, right? And they had this article, are Kenyan politicians obsessed with the red carpet? And so here we go. Now, this is by a reporter over there called Ken. And he says, I've never understood Kenyan leaders' obsession with the red carpet. It must be rolled out for anyone with some authority. I.e., I don't know, the King and Queen of frickin' England, right? In most cases, it makes zero sense. Like this time it was laid out for Waiguru as she planted a tree. But here is Nairobi Wire from Kenya, guys, all right? Turning around and saying, Kenyan leaders have an obsession with the red carpet. It has to be rolled out for someone with authority. It always has to be rolled out with someone with authority when they visit. It's a thing. It's their culture. It's what they do. You have a little bit of authority, that red carpet's going out. Even Nairobi Wire, back in 2016, is saying this is just what Kenya does. It is a thing that they do. In Waiguru's case, it even doesn't look like a real red carpet. The edges are rough and it's clearly up for replacement. Other than that, it was totally unnecessary in this instance, as it was at these other times. Even if it's unnecessary, they say in this article, it must be rolled out for someone with some authority. As in, you got authority, you visit Kenya, that red carpet's coming out. It's what they do. It's their procedure. It's what they believe in. Mandela could not even get red carpets with a uniform shade of red. Yet the governor insisted he steps on it while inspecting the Guard of Honour. So here we go. So even if you're like, oh no, I'm not going to go on that red carpet, it's all right. The Kenyan officials insist you go on that red carpet. They've laid it out for you. It's like an honour kind of thing. They want to show respect. This is how they do it. The red carpet. Yeah, oh my goodness. Omid Scobie, the optics. Will somebody please think of the optics, right, guys? No. Now, this is where it gets really, really insidious as far as I'm concerned. This is all my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, right? But Scobie, right, essentially with that tweet, my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, is making shots yet again at the monarchy. And what's coming up? Ooh, Endgame is coming up. That's right, guys. And make sure you definitely subscribe to this channel because I'm going to be all over that book and reporting everything that needs to be known about it. Now, before I get on to the insidious part of this story, Ms. M, thank you so much for jumping into today's gifting war. They'll really appreciate your face. Gifting one leadership to one of you lucky alter nerds out there. So everyone say, hey up to our newest leader, courtesy of the ever awesome Ms. M. Really, really appreciate your face, hon. We are now on 9 new leaders for today's stream. We just need one more to make it double figures and we get to 10 new leaders for today's stream. Who's going to help us get there? We may soon find out, guys. We may soon find out. But yes, Sergeant, the absolute hypocrisy, right? Abso-freaking-lutely. Oh, Lewis in the house. I love it. Hey up, my big brother. How's it going, hon? Hearts in the chat for my big brother right now, Lewis. Mistress Meg, hashtag think of the optics. There you go. Hashtag think of the optics. And yeah, let's get on to that. So I mentioned earlier on that Scobie's tweet, insidious as hell, right? Totally insidious as hell. Because here he is, saying the king and queen walking on the red carpet, pretty ridiculous and out of touch. To me, by writing that, he is making another shot across the bow at the monarchy, attacking them yet again. And yeah, what's coming up this month? Endgame. So making tweets like this is going to be giving him press, right? Here we go. I can only imagine the possibility that we're going to be seeing a lot more of our Scobie in the press like this, all right? Because this is all to drum up publicity, guys, as far as I'm concerned, for his new sodding book. Yes. Because he tweets this out, right, yesterday, November the 3rd, okay? He makes the news that day. And then the following day, today, as of me streaming this right now, bits about the book is now getting leaked more. Branding Prince William power-hungry and King Charles unpopular as he promotes his explosive new book on the royal family. Right? So all of this, guys, as far as I'm concerned, is him taking another shot at the monarchy, right? For him to make it in the news. Because guess what? His book's coming out called Endgame that is doing apparently just that. Taking shots at the monarchy. Oh. Chaos Druid, thank you so much for the £2 Scobie Books, saying I renewed. I'm a member for 1 year, 3 months, 30 days. Thank you so much for being a badass member then, and a leader. Appreciate your face. And Mistress Meg, thank you so much for the $1.99 Scobie Books. And again, my favourite. Yay! The Ginger Doggy Fighting Arts moment. But let's get back to this. Do you see where I'm coming from here, guys? We are now within the month that he's going to be releasing Endgame, right? The Kenya trip is successful. The King and Queen are getting a lot of positive press. But as far as I'm concerned, Scobie had to try and find something that was wrong with the trip, right? And this is the best that he could come up with. That they walked on a red carpet to avoid soil. Even though Mexi and Hazard have done the freaking same thing. But it's cricket's there, right? And even though Kenyan leaders have an obsession with the red carpet, as reported by the Nairobi Wire back in 2016, guys. Where they literally say it must be rolled out for someone with anyone with authority. And here's other times that they do it for other people in authority. Look, grass, mud, red carpet. Doesn't matter. They do it. It's the thing that they do. And the governor insists. The officials insist you go on that red carpet. They've rolled it out for you. You go on that red carpet. But oh no. Will somebody please think of the optics, guys? Oh yeah, I'll definitely think of the optics. Because doing this got him in the press yesterday. And oh, wouldn't you thunked it? 24 hours later, more press on Scobie, but this time for Endgame. Because it's coming out this month. And so Scobie, as far as I'm concerned, he needs to be in the press now to drum up publicity and hype for Endgame. In my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, by doing this and causing an absolute shitstorm that ended up him getting absolutely roasted on Twitter. Yeah. Well done, Scobie. Well done. Oh, Martin Verhulst, thank you so much for the €2 Scobie Books. And it's my favourite again. The Ginger Doggy Fighting Hearts moment. Thank you. And Wydian Witch, thank you so much for your continued support for the leadership, saying, why is he kneeling to grifters? That is disgusting. And the way our Andy has been treated. I know. Right, guys? Right? It's... Right? Oh my goodness. But with that being said, guys, everyone that's watching live, stay exactly where you are. For those that are watching on the replay, thank you so much for tuning in to today's video. Really appreciate your faces. On your way out, if you don't mind, please make sure you subscribe to join our alternate tribe. I'll be honest with you, help us get to 100k so we can get that silver play button right there. Like, share, comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theories, whatever's. Also, as well, if you've got some very strong opinions about our Scobie, and I bet you do, then make sure you send me a super thanks. It's just below this video right here. We can have a conversation about this because it does guarantee a response from me. And, hey up chat! How's it going? Same rules apply as always. Anyone that sends super chat sticker, member chat, your comments are guaranteed to be read out. Everyone else, I'll just pick and choose whatever stands out to me, but they are not guaranteed to be read. With that being said, let's go with this. Let's see what you guys are saying. Oh my goodness, Cherie! Woo! Cherie has officially entered today's gifting war, gifting a leadership to one of you lucky lot out there. So everyone say, hey up to our newest leader, courtesy of Cherie. And that is now making it to double figures, 10 leaderships for today's stream. Thank you so, so much, Cherie. Again, everyone say A up to our newest leader, courtesy of Cherie, who's just entered into today's gifting war in style. But guys, can we make it to 15 new leaders? We may soon find out, guys. We may soon find out. But Cherie, thank you so much for that. Really appreciate your face, hon. Jackie Swan says, let's hope Endgame is the end of Scobie's writing career. I wouldn't wish that. Let him write whatever he wants to write. I'll read it. And if I agree with it, I'll let you guys know. And if I disagree with it, I'll let you guys know. But no, let him. But Matthew, yeah, exactly. Seems Scobie, the one who is out of touch, out of time, out of touch, out of time. Tiger. Yep. Patricia says, I truly believe these people who roll out the red carpet would be offended or insulted if King Charles told them to take it up and refuse to walk on it. People have their own customs that should be respected. Exactly. And that goes back to what I showed you here from Nairobi Wire. Kenyan's leaders, their officials, have an obsession with the red carpet, and it must be rolled out for anyone with some authority. And even if you don't want to, the governor, the officials insist you go on that red carpet. And if the king and queen didn't go on the red carpet, then it would be a whole situation of, oh my goodness, King Charles and Queen Camilla not walking on Kenyan red carpet. The Kenyan's not good enough, or it could have been skewed as King Charles and Queen Camilla telling the Kenyans what to do, and then them linking it back to colonialist times. Like, come on. This is ridiculous. And Scobie quite rightly got roasted on Twitter for it. Stephen Magnus says, Endgame at 50% discount on pre-order. Really? Bog off. Hang on. Let me go Amazon. Dudes, it's less than half price. So, hang on. Let me make sure. Okay. Sorry, I was just amending the screen a little bit there. So you guys don't see my postcode, or part of it anyway. But anyways, yeah, my goodness, it's less than half price on pre-order for the Kindle edition anyway. The list price is at $22, but the Kindle edition is less than at £9.99. The hardcover's 50%. 22 quid and it's at 11. Ooh. Oh, already. 50% discount on pre-order. Oh, Scobie. Oh, Scobie. What happened? Laura says, I liked your channel in the past. I'm getting tired of the evangelists screaming for checks and money. I'm not doing that. Let's not get confused. I'm extremely, extremely thankful and grateful when anyone sends a super chat sticker, joins in the gifting wars, or joins as a member. And I get enthusiastic and happy about that, because why wouldn't you, right? That kind of kindness, my goodness. And I'm not screaming for checks and money. if anything, I'm more screaming, celebrating the person and their kindness in sending a super chat sticker, or becoming a member, or joining the gifting war. So let's not get it twisted, Laura, if you don't mind. Thank you. Sergeant George Harrison, you got it, girl. Will somebody please think of the optics and the children? Exactly, right? Oh, my goodness. T-Bones Fisheries says, I thought his name was Scabies. Look, I'm trying to be nice, okay? But yeah, he does have a nickname of Scabies, which I think is pretty funny. But no, Scobie. Scooby-Doo. Oh my goodness, 400 of you watching. Thank you so much for everyone that's tuned in so far. We are now at 298 likes. We're over halfway for achieving a monkey for today's stream, and to achieve a monkey we need to get to 500 likes, and then we get our dancing monkey shoes on. If you don't know what that means, do you know what? Spank the like button, as we like to say here. Help us get to 500 likes and achieve a monkey, and you'll soon find out. You'll soon find out, guys. But yes, there you go. Project Metal Music, Badass Mod. Spank the like to see the monkey. Spank it away, guys. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Matthew Fitchin coming in. Hey up, Matthew. How's it going? Woo! Jumping into today's gifting war with 10 leaderships gifted to some of you lucky lots. So everyone say, hey up to our newest leaders, courtesy of Matthew Fitchin. My goodness. Thank you so much for that generous gifting war moment there, Matthew. Really appreciate your face, mate. My goodness. Asif, hey up, mate, saying, I feel Omid's book will end up like Jada's and Harry's in the margin basement. Yeah. Sergeant says, put his book in the fiction section. Do you know what? I might do that and just take a picture and see if it goes viral. That would be fun, wouldn't it? Let's see. Oh, Matthew, you're very kind. You guys are welcome. Hopefully this helps Steph get to where she would like to be on YouTube. Well, thank you. Yeah, all the support, all the Scobie books, definitely helping. So thank you so much for that. My goodness. Sergeant Harrison says, Scabie's song. I'm a loser, and I'm not what I appear to be. I don't know what the tune is to this, but that's the tune that I prescribe to it. So there you go. Sianakis Isabella says, and if I've mispronounced that, apologies. I think the Scobie Omid is totally insane. Oh, Scooby Omid is totally insane. Well, for a tweet like that, will somebody please think of the optics? Oh my goodness, Joanne Hawley jumping into today's gifting war with 5 leaderships gifted to some of you lucky lots. So everyone say, hey up to our newest leader, courtesy of Joanne Hawley. Oh my goodness, guys, that takes us to a massive 25 new leaders for today's stream. Oh my goodness. Thank you to everyone that's jumped into today's gifting war so far. You guys are amazing. And for those that joined on their own steam, thank you so much. It all contributes to that number. But guys, we're only 5 away from 30. The big 30. Can we get there? We may soon find out, guys. We may soon find out. But Joanne, you badass, you. Thank you so much. Scotty McBoogerballs in the house saying buy one, get free. Oh, I love it. Oh, and stay tuned, because for those that don't follow me on Twitter, early on, I made a tweet and I'm actually going to share it with you guys because I actually do think it's really, really important what I tweeted out. So bear with me. I'm going to go through all your comments, your kind support, all that lot. But yeah, we're going to get serious for a quick moment later on. So stay tuned. Let's see. Oh, Jackie Swan, thank you so much for the £2 Scobie bucks. Keep the Scobie bucks coming. Why not? Let's annoy all the sugars. Ignore Laura. We are to do it, Steph. Thank you. Appreciate that. And oh my goodness, we've just absolutely raced past 300 likes. We're at 338 likes at the moment. We are on our way to achieving a monkey for today's stream. Let's get to 500. So continue spanking that like. If you loved Omid Scobie getting absolute spanking on Twitter, it was glorious, right, guys? Glorious. Lorianne, oh my goodness, thank you. Further to $1 Scobie bucks. Oh my goodness. I love it. The Ginger Doggy Fighting Hearts moment. My favourite. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate your face. And thank you for all the support, hon. I appreciate that. And Cherie, again, coming in. Cherie, thank you so much for continuing your support here. $2 Scobie bucks. Yes. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Let's see. Maria 2014. Hey up, Maria. How's it going? Thank you so much for the £2 Scobie bucks. And again, my favourite, the Ginger Doggy Fighting Hearts moment. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And New Era, Tourism and Offence Official. Welcome to the leadership. That takes us to 26 new leaders for today's stream. Guys, we're only 4 more away from hitting 30 new leaders for today's stream. Can we get there? May soon find out, guys. May soon find out. Who wants to jump into today's gifting war or do what New Era Tourism and Offence Official just did and smash that join button themselves? The choice is yours, guys. The choice is yours. But yeah, Project Mel Music says, Steph, I seen the tweet and it's disgusting. Yeah, let's get on to this, right? Again, guys, continue to send the support in. I'll get to it as and when I can whilst I'm showing you guys this. So, oh, hang on a minute. Let me just rearrange that browser. There we go. So, if you're not following me on Twitter, what you do with your lives, at Stef. Thank you very nicely. And here we go. So, I'm going to scroll down and we're going to watch this.
Not with all that Arabic. Yeah. I said you can hold it, you can wave it. It's just we don't not with all that Arabic.
Not causing any sort of issues with the barriers. You have your flags, just not on the barriers. That's it. That's fine.
And yet, when they march down with hundreds of Palestinian flags, you won't say a word.
One just went past banging out of the car. You never see fuck all.
There's way more of them than there is of us.
The car just went past one of their flags outside. You never said fuck all to them.
No, it's displaying on these barriers.
I know, but he's driving a motor.
We're talking about these barriers. It's not about the motor. I'm just talking about the barriers.
They was flying them off Churchill the other day. You didn't do nothing then, did you?
I wasn't there.
No, you wasn't there, but you didn't do nothing as an organisation.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, just because there's just a few of us, you're giving it. I'll tell you, mate, when the FLA walked through here with 70,000, you didn't have a word to say, none of you.
You're saying it's about me? I've been a part of this.
The police are harassing patriots here about their flags.
Yeah. This is real, guys. This happened. So, veterans of our armed forces were in London. They were holding the Union Jack, which is the UK official British flag, okay? And some were on the barriers. The police came over and were like, you're not allowed to have the flags on the barriers. What? The police were literally cautioning these veterans for holding the British flag. Now, let me be very, very clear on this. I'm not going to get into the Israeli-Palestinian conflict or the pro-Palestinian marches that have been going on every single weekend, every single week in London. I'm not going to get into that. This ain't the channel for it, okay? And if I did, we would be here for hours, okay? And I mean hours. What I'm commenting about, very, very specifically, okay, without commenting on anything else, is this. The cops cautioning veterans of the armed forces for holding the freaking British flag. I saw this and I saw red. And it's not every day I do this, best believe. But I did a rant on Twitter. Here we go. Are you effing kidding me? Veterans being cautioned by police for holding the British flag. Now, the Metropolitan Police have turned around and responded to this video saying no flag is allowed to be placed on the barriers. What the kind of effing shiz biscuit rule is that? What a set of absolute twaz. The police are willing to have a hissy fit because there's a Union Jack flag that's placed on a barrier. Like, literally, do they not see the absolute insane, shizzy logic in subscribing to that? This is the UK. Let's not forget that. Wake the F up. We have our own national flag called the Union Jack. As such, we should, responsibly, be able to proudly hold the Union Jack and wave it about where and how we please. For the Metropolitan Police in this footage to demonise our Union Jack and therefore by extension demonise our right to outwardly display our national pride in a way that is responsible and peaceful is an absolute disgrace. Met Police, you should hang your heads in shame. Let's not forget, this country is the UK, okay? We have the Union Jack. To be freaking cautioned by the police because you're waving the Union Jack, because you've got a Union Jack on a sodding barrier? What kind of insanity is that? What kind of insanity is that? And let me be very, very clear here. For any other kind of flag, right? Italian, Korean, yes, Palestinian, Israeli, American, any other country in the world, right? You go to London, they wave the flags, police, like that. But oh my goodness, veterans are in London and they're waving the Union Jack around and oh my goodness, they put one on a freaking barrier, so we need to go over and we need to sort them out. I don't freaking think so. That is insanity. That is ridiculous. That is disgusting. And it's all kind of levels of wrong. Now, again, let me preface this with this. Be who you want to be. Wave whatever flag you want to wave. Do it wherever you want, as long as, of course, it's responsible, yeah? You're not attacking someone with the flag, for example, right? Do whatever. Fine. You've got that freedom. But don't you dare, for one freaking minute, think that we don't have that same freedom in our own damn freaking country. Again, let's not forget, this is the UK. We do have our own flag. It's called the Union Jack. Wake the hell up. If we want to rock on down to London and wave the Union Jack proudly, hang it on a freaking barrier, What's wrong with that again? Why is hanging it on a barrier so freaking wrong? It's not causing any obstruction whatsoever. What's wrong with it? What is wrong with that? But if anyone else down in London waves another flag that's not the Union flag, Union Jack flag, attaches it to statues, barriers, whatever, right? Oh no, the police are fine with that. But if it's the Union Jack, then it's another thing altogether. Get bent. Again, let's not forget, this is the UK. We do have our own flag. And it's part, again, of our national identity and pride. And for the police to come over to veterans, mind you, and caution them because they put a flag on a barrier. No. No. They're crossing a line there. They're crossing a damn line. If that's the case, keep the same energy for everyone else that's waving their own flags, that's hanging them on statues, that's attaching them to barriers. Keep the same energy then for them lot. And again, I'm not saying anyone in particular. Like I said, we could be talking about Italians, the Spanish, the French, the South Koreans, Australians, Americans. And yes, because of what's in the news at the moment, the Israelis and Palestinians, yes. But it's basically a blanket statement for anyone with a different nationality that is proud of their flag and comes to London with it. You're going to demonise and penalise us, the UK's own freaking countrymen, for going down to London, waving the flag and hanging it on a freaking barrier, then guess what? Keep the same energy for everyone else. But no, there's a double standard. Other people being proud of their other nationalities and their flag, fine. They get a pass. But if we do it, we don't. In our own goddamn freaking country? Are you freaking nuts? Are you freaking nuts? I literally have half a mind, right, to go down to London tomorrow, buy myself a Union Jack flag and wave it the frick around everywhere. Put it on every single barrier that I can freaking think of. And just live stream it all. I got half a mind to freaking do that, guys. Just in freaking protest of what I've seen here. No. We're not playing this game. And let's do this again because actually, no. Go onto my Twitter, play this video for yourselves. You make the decision, okay? To me, the veteran turns around and says, but you know, somewhat along the lines of, well, you know, with the pro-Palestinian marches, they're hanging up flags, they're waving them and everything, and you're not stopping them from doing it. Really listen closely. Because I think the copper turns around and says, somewhat along the lines of, yeah, but there was more of them and there's less of you. The double freaking standard against us in our own damn country. No, and no. Everyone, and this is the point, everyone has the right to wave their own flag, whatever country it is. Everyone has the right to wave their own flag wherever they want, responsibly, hang it wherever they want, responsibly, without getting demonised for it. And I mean everyone. And that includes the British and the Union Jack flag. Again, let's not get away with ourselves. Let's freaking remember. Where we are right now, it's called the UK. We have a flag. It's called the Union Jack. Why are we getting penalised for waving a Union Jack flag and specifically hanging it on a freaking barrier? No. It's disgusting and it is awful that the Metropolitan Police have taken this stance. No. 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 You're going to you're going to do that to us? Keep the same energy then for everyone else. Oh, no, they won't do that. They can't. But somehow they feel that they can do it to us. Oh, Marcella! Hey up, Marcella, how's it going? Saying, oh, wow, hello, I didn't know you were live. Yep, every Saturday and Sunday. Hi. Hey up, love. How's it going, hon? How's Bella doing? And did you know it's like a year now since Vegas and the Johnny Depp adventure, which, again, thank you so much again, honey. But wow, what a difference a year makes, right? Wow. So freaking amazing. Elaine Williams says, my granddad was in World War II fighting for our freedom. Yep. And now we don't have the freedom to be able to wave our Union Jack flags and specifically hang it on a barrier in a peaceful, non-obstructive way. Yeah. Do we have freedom again? Just asking for a friend. I really, really am. Joanne says, that's disgusting, Steph. That's so wrong. Exactly. Red Squirrel says, if you told another country not to hold their flag, be prepared for what will happen. Yeah. Yeah. This is the thing. If the police continue to demonize our right in this way to be proud of our nationality and show it, yeah, this is a road that no one wants to be on. It needs to stop. Because the more they are telling us not to do this, the more resolute we become. And we're like, no, we will do it. It's the Union Jack flag. What is the damn problem? And it could get to a point where it gets extremely confrontational. Because I do see there is a double standard at the moment in this country against British people. Wake the hell up. Wake the hell up. Paige Montiel says, absolutely wrong, those police. They should have been protecting the vets. Yeah. They should have been protecting the vets and upholding their right to peacefully protest in the way that they were doing. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Double standards. Red Squirrel says the police are woke now. I think it's gone beyond that. think it's really gone beyond that. This is not woke. This ain't woke. This is police state censorship. This is police state control over our freedom. It's gone beyond woke at this point. It really, really has. Matthew says, indeed, Stef, politics don't matter. Your country's flags take precedence over all other flags in your own country, in every country around the world. Now, let me be very clear on this. Now, when it comes to, official buildings, yes, the Union Jack is being flown. It's the UK. Again, let's not freaking forget that, right? But all other flags, fine, they're welcome. Fly them, wave them around, hang them on barriers as long, again, you're doing it responsibly and there's no obstruction, this, that and the other. Do it, fine, you're welcome. You're welcome to do that. But just as other people are welcome to, wave their flags and do so proudly, this, that and the other, you're telling us in our own country we can't do it for our own country flag. Again, what kind of insanity is this? Lorianne says, it seems like that cop chose his words poorly. Oh, no. No. The cop was saying exactly what he believed in, exactly what he thought. There was no choosing his words poorly. He was just saying exactly what was inside. Jackie Swan says, we can strap it to the back of my wheelchair, Steph, and roll me around London. Now that sounds like an adventure and a half, doesn't it? Elaine says, people couldn't travel out of Charing Cross Station because of the protest. Yeah, I saw that there was also a sit-in protest over in King's Cross as well. I think earlier on this week or something along those lines. But the Transport Secretary had issued not a ruling, but an instruction to the police, basically, that based on specific transport law, that those people could be evicted. And forcibly removed from the station. So, yeah. Oh, my goodness. Marcella. Hey up, love. Thank you so much for the $19.99 Scobie books. Yeah, we're calling them Scobie books in honour of Scobie being absolutely roasted on Twitter this week. Saying happy 1 year anniversary to us meeting each other in Vegas. I know. Oh my goodness. Love you, Sparkle on your party pants. Love you too, Sparkles. Love from me and Bella Bing Bing. Aw. Thank you. How is Bella Bing Bing doing? DM me, love. DM me. Shaz says to veteran Steph, that makes it worse. It does. It does. And yeah, this behaviour is shocking, especially as it's a week away from Remembrance Day. It's deplorable, yeah? Yeah. If you go to Remembrance Day, remember, you can't hang the Union Jack on the barrier. Otherwise, the Met Police are going to have a freaking hissy fit and caution you for it. You get caution. Think about it. Think about the words that are coming out my mouth right now. You can get a caution for hanging the Union Jack off of a barrier. You know how ridiculous that sounds? Because ultimately, the caution is treating whoever's being cautioned a criminal. It is a criminal act, guys, to hang the Union Jack on a barrier. I want to get 1 million Union Jacks. I want to hang them on every single freaking barrier in London. Wouldn't that be a joke and a half, right? What the hell? What the hell? You see, I don't get the reasoning as well. They tried to explain it, saying we reviewed this video and yeah, we've got to stand by what we say because, you know, you're not allowed to hang a Union Jack on a barrier. What? That's the reasoning. That's the reasoning. Yeah. But other protests can happen. People climbing up on walls, climbing up on statues, hanging flags on statues. No caution then, right? None of the police going over and having words with them, right? Oh, no. But oh my goodness, it's the Union Jack. Ah! Caution, 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 caution. Police coming over. Like it's the biggest freaking crime of the century. Even now I've got to ask, what has this country come to? What has this country come to? It's sad, but it's also scary. Well, we're getting demonised for using a Union Jack flag in this manner. What? Now, okay, let's put it this way. If the veterans, right, stuffed the Union freaking Jack and the pole, right, up someone's freaking butt without that person's permission, then yeah, okay, Met Police, go on over, caution them, have words with them. Yeah, okay, I get that. Yeah, shoving the Union Jack and the pole over up someone's butt. Yeah, okay. Then I can see the Met Police being like, yeah, there's all kinds of wrong with that. Let's go over and have some words at the very least. Yes. Union Jack flag butt plug-in, whatever you want to call it. Fine. Okay, Met Police. I can give you a pass on that scenario. Union Jack flag butt plug-in. How do these words come out of my gob again? But yeah. Union Jack flag butt plug-in. Without that other person's permission and consent. Fine. Met Police going over, have some words. Sorted. Fine. But putting it on a barrier? And you're going to have words about that? What has happened? What has happened? Sergeant Harrison says, I thought it was a democracy you guys are living in. You have no idea. I would say democracy in name now, and that's it. It's a democracy in name, and that's it. Being demonised for waving our own flag, having our own national pride in this way. Watching that video, I have to admit, that's woken me the hell up to what's actually going on in this country. And it's not us against any other nationality in this country. It's not that. So let's not get this freaking thing twisted. No, no, no. It's us against the machine. It's us against the police. It's us against the freaking government. Because ultimately, it's the government that's making these choices and setting the rules for the police to follow, right? No one else's fault but them. The buck stops with them, guys. T-Bones Fishy says in Australia, a Jewish guy was arrested for waving his flag in amongst the protests. As long as he was doing it peacefully, what is the freaking problem? You could have said in Australia, an Italian guy was arrested for waving his flag. French guy was waving his flag. American guy was waving his flag. Japanese guy was waving his flag. I'd say exactly the same thing. Exactly the same thing. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Will Call Magic says, do you feel the same about the pride flag? I wouldn't for my reasons. I feel the same for the pride flag, yeah. Whether you agree with the pride flag or not, it's a flag. It represents, for some, let's say, okay, their identity and their pride in who they are. Wave it, fine. Wave it. Hang it on every single barrier you want. Not got a problem. That is your freedom and right to do so. Regardless if anyone actually agrees with that flag or not. Don't matter. If I expect in my own country, and when I say my own country, again, let's not get this twisted. I was born here, okay? So I am a countryman. Anyone else who's born here, same thing. All right? Even those that aren't born here, but identify themselves as British, fine. Yeah, they're countrymen too, okay? Right? But you cannot be in a situation where my own country, people can wave the pride flag, any flag, and they don't get penalised or anything else. But my own country, and I want to wave the Union Jack flag, and I could get cautioned by the police because I put it on a freaking barrier. No. Nope. Wrong. All kinds of wrong. All kinds of wrong. Samantha says, this is shocking, but it just makes me want to buy a ton of Union Jacks for my car, house, even a flagpole in the garden just because I can. Oh, yeah. It's really got my back up, this. It really, really has. Elizabeth Griffiths says, GB News reported that a war memorial in Rochdale, poppy wreaths that had been laid, were thrown away and a Palestinian flag was draped. Very, very sad and annoying. Is that true? Just going to try and find that article. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it at all. I can't find that link. If someone wants to send it to me, stefthealternerd@gmail.com. My eye gets a bit itchy there. Let me know. But I can't find it. Look. I wouldn't have too much of a problem. If this is true, okay, all right. I wouldn't have had too much of a problem if, let's say, the Palestinian flag was draped next to the poppy wreaths, okay? Fine, all right. I may not agree with that, but it's someone's freedom to do so. Fine, okay. But if this is true, to throw away the poppy wreaths and replace it with the flag, whatever flag, again, let's be very, very clear on this. It could be Palestinian, it could have been the French flag, it could have been American flag, Australian flag, the Israeli flag, the Russian flag, the Ukrainian flag, the Japan flag, like, whatever, right? To, if this again is true, throw away the poppy wreaths and replace it with a flag of another nationality, like this, in this way, at a war memorial. No, and no. Wendy Marino says, Union Jack sounds like the Tennessee Confederate flags. Okay, I don't know what you mean by that. But the Union Jack is not a Confederate flag. I know what you mean by Confederate flag, the American one, right? No. The Union Jack is the flag of our nation, of the UK, of all four nations together. England, Northern Ireland, Scotland and Wales. It's all of us together. It's all four nations together in one flag. That's it. That's it. And the police are cautioning people for it. The frick. Sadly, it seems like that. Our country has gone down the toilet, sadly, yeah. Seems like it's going that way. Chaos Druid, thank you so much for the £2 Scobie bucks. Keep the Scobie bucks coming, guys. Saying we're becoming a fascist country. No. I think that slowly but surely it's becoming, I even hate to use this word, but yeah, totalitarian. Totalitarian, I would say, this country is heading towards. And a lot of us are just sleepwalking into that. A lot of us sleepwalking into that. Elaine Williams says, I feel like a second-class citizen in the UK. This is a thing. No matter what nationality you are, right? If you're a citizen of the UK, you're a citizen of the UK. Equal rights, equal opportunities, all that. Totally believe that. But for those that are born here, to turn round and say, I feel like a second-class citizen in my own country. Yeah. Something's gone drastically wrong. Terribly wrong. And it needs to be fixed. For other nationalities, and they do have the right, have the freedom to be able to wave the flags, hang it on statues, barriers, whatever. People that are born here should be able to have that same right for the actual national flag. Right? Am I wrong? Or am I right? Teresa Rondell, thank you so much for the $1.99. Scobie Bucks saying, I absolutely agree with you. Thank you. Thank you. And this is the thing. Like, I'm going to be very honest with you. Talking about my nationality, my pride in being British. I'm also proud of being Italian as well. Proud of my heritage. Proud of my Britishness. Proud of the Union Jack flag. Me saying all that, and me saying what I'm saying right now, you know what I'm feeling? Nervous. I shouldn't be. I shouldn't feel nervous at all. But I do. Why? Because inevitably, someone's going to turn around and they're going to say, Stef's racist. Stef is a bigot, whatever. No. I have been at pains to say every step of the way. No matter who you are, your nationality, your flag or whatever, wave it. Proud, high, hang it on a freaking barrier, do it peacefully, do it responsibly, whatever. As long as you're not literally butt chugging a flag up someone's backside without their permission, go for it. Go nuts. Whatever flag it is, don't matter. But for the authorities to turn around and demonise us for waving the Union Jack flag and specifically hanging on a freaking banner. You see what the problem is? Because I do. Oh, have I just woken up to all of this? But yeah. I shouldn't feel scared and nervous in having this conversation, in saying what I feel and reacting to what happened. But I do. That's insane, right? Shaz says, the police wouldn't cope where I live then, as the Orange Walk is every week from March. Yeah. And they swing that Union Jack high. Oh yeah, the Met Police would have an absolute fit then. They'd be like, oh my goodness, too many Union Jacks. We need to do something about it. Oh my goodness. Evil, evil, evil. Kathy P says, so if they refused, were the police going to arrest the veterans for waving their own country's flag? That would have made great headlines. If they refused, potentially, yeah. They could have got arrested. Yep. Yep. Welcome to the UK. Welcome to the UK. Oscar Budzinski says, what happened again? Could you recap? Rewind back. Rewind back, mate. Noala357 says, Charlie Lawson mentioned it on GB News. Oh, okay, so it's not an article then. Elizabeth says it was on Headliners, so I'm guessing from tomorrow's papers. Ah, okay. Paige says, I'm an American and I want to buy a bunch of flags for you guys. Go for it. Go nuts. Go nuts. It's like we have to be afraid of waving the Union Jack flag and hanging it on a barrier in a peaceful, non-obstructive, okay way. What? Did the barrier turn round to the Met Police and be like, oh my goodness, they are butt-chugging the Union flag up my butt without my permission. Met Police, sort them out. Did the barrier say that to the Met Police? I don't think so. I don't think the barrier was being violated in any way, shape or form by a Union Jack being hung on it. I don't think so. I really don't. Heather says, Steph, did you also know that there are going to be marches in London next weekend, which is our Remembrance Sunday? I suppose, how do I put this? For the American alternate, it's pretty much the same as, let's say, Veterans Day. So, Steph, did you know that there are going to be marches in London next weekend while our veterans are there for the weekend? Okay, so I've heard that is what's being planned. But then I've also seen the Home Secretary, which again, for American alternate, you might as well liken it to, let's say, the State Secretary, okay? Turning around and saying that she's issuing orders to the police to ensure that don't happen or to limit that or whatever, right? I don't know. I mean, how do I put this? Have the right to protest, fair enough. You want to protest on Remembrance Day? Do I agree with it? No. But do I respect people's freedom of protest? Yes. There's room for everyone in that manner. So if they want to protest, fine. But do it in another place. In London at that then. Protest still in London. But do it in another place. London's a big-ass, massive place, guys. Best believe, all right? Might as well be a mini little country of its own. Pretty much is. But yeah, go somewhere else and protest. Don't go to the Cenotaph. Don't go near Trafalgar Square. Don't go near Buckingham Palace where it all is. Just don't. Don't. Protest somewhere else then. And stay away from celebrations. You can still protest on the same day. But no, that is apparently not what is planned. Joanne Hawley, thank you so much for the $2 Scobie Bucks. Saying it's on GB News on YouTube. I'm looking at it, Steph. Okay. Matthew Faitchin says, we have the same issue in Canada, where on Canada Day, we're not allowed to fly our own flag or you're considered a bad person. That's what it feels like. Watching this video, wave the Union Jack flag or specifically hang it on a barrier, you're a bad person. You're a bad person. And the police are going to treat you like a criminal by cautioning you for violating the barrier's rights to self-physical existence without anything being attached to it, such as a Union Jack flag. Oh my goodness, the barrier's being violated. The Met Police need to sort it out and save that barrier from being violated. Really? Really? That's the world we're living in right now. Wed School says, Steph, imagine telling an Italian not to wave their flag. they'd be fools to even consider doing that, let alone actually trying it. Oh my goodness. That's the one thing in Italy that I do appreciate as part of my culture. Like, Italians, we have, and I suppose that's where I get it from in terms of my British side of the culture. A very, very strong sense of our national identity, the flag, the whole kit and caboodle, the whole meaning and experience and identity of being Italian is still in Italy. It's still there. And I think that's kind of transferred over for me to my British side. I'm dual nationality, right? But yeah, you try telling an Italian not to wave the flag. Just imagine how you'll end up. Or even wave the European flag, because Italians are very, very big on the European Union as well. You'll see a lot of buildings where it's not only the Italian flag that's being flown, but right beside it is also the European Union flag as well. So yeah. Angie Nielsen, thank you so much for the $2 Scobie bucks. Saying we have the same BS problem here in the USA. Really? I've not seen that. When I visited, I've not seen that. I've seen a very, very big, like, pride in the national identity over in America with the flag and everything. Like, you drive past houses and there's flag pretty much on every house hung up. It's actually really, really beautiful to see. Samantha, oh, thank you so much for the £2 Scobie bucks. And it's my favourite again, the Ginger Doggy Fighting Hearts moment. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you. My goodness. Will Call Magic, I mailed you a photo. Then separately, he's a safe. Don't know. Okay, well, I'm not on. I'm on my main computer at the moment, so let's have a look. Here we go. Oh, Sergeant! Hey, up, thanks for this. Let's have a look at it. Okay, let's have a look at this. Henry Bolton, OBE, blast Palestine November 11th, March, which is Remembrance Day for us, as a provocation, says it's just shocking. Henry Bolton, OBE, has hit out plans to hold a pro-Palestine demonstration on Armistice Day, another term of Remembrance Day, branding it a blatant provocation. Comes as the Palestine Solidarity Campaign, which is the PSC, announced plans to carry out the Million March for Palestine, which would coincide with the 2-minute silence being held on November the 11th. Like I said, you know what? They want to do it on the same day. Fine. Do I agree with it? No. But I recognise their freedom to be able to do it nonetheless. And that's it. That overrides it. That overrides it at the end of the day. Do I believe it's disrespectful? Yes. Do I believe it's an insult? Yes. But I respect their freedom to be able to do it regardless anyway. Because of the freedom of protest, right? Fine. But London's a big-ass place. Do it on the opposite end. Way, like, far from the armistice celebrations. So, even though, of course, he fought for us, fought for our freedoms, fought for the flag, former British Army officer Henry Bolton said the march should not take place. I disagree. Says, let's recognise there's a huge amount of concern about civilian casualties, the collateral damage relating to the war that's going on in Gaza at the moment, and indeed on Israel's northern border with Hezbollah. Fundamentally, we have got to acknowledge that while people have every right to express that, the idea that something is being organised with full knowledge is likely to be perceived as a provocation, a challenge, if you like, to the British historical event of November 11th is shocking. If the authorities and Sadiq Khan, who is the mayor of London, allows this to go ahead, I can only conclude they're supporting Hamas in these protests that are in effect anti-Israel at the moment. It says, do not disturb one of the most sacred events on the British calendar. Don't do it. They've had ample opportunity to make the feelings known. No doubt there'll be other protests taking place. But on this day, on November the 11th, it's outrageous wondering whether or not it will be allowed to go ahead. The fact it's being publicised suggests they've already got the authority allowing it to happen. That authority needs to be rescinded. I think the British people will turn against this. Do I believe it's a provocation? Yes. Do I believe it's an insult and totally just out of order to do it on that day? Yes. But again, just as Henry Bolton had fought for our freedoms to celebrate Remembrance Day, Armistice Day, in the way that we want to, on the other side, got to keep it 100, he also celebrated the freedom of those that want to protest on that day for other causes. They've got that freedom to do so. Again, do I agree with them doing it? No. Do I think it's a provocation? Yes. Do I think it's an insult? Hell yes. But they still have that freedom to protest. You cannot get around that. And that overrides it. Overrides it. There we go. Thanks, Sergeant, for sending that over. It's not the article, though, that I was looking for initially. It was, because the article that we were looking for initially was the one in Rochdale. Someone removed a wreath and replaced it with a Palestinian flag. Or any flag, it doesn't matter, any flag. It would still be wrong. Shaz, they violated me! Quote from the barrier. Yeah, right. Samantha says that her previous Scobie books was to help towards the flag fund. Thank you. If anyone else wants to help towards the flag fund, you can always send a couple of Scobie books my way. I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say no. Scotty McBoogerballs, otherwise known as our King Bob, but we like Scotty McBoogerballs better, says we need 55 more likes to achieve a monkey. We can do this. Guys, it's less than that. 28. We need 28 more likes to achieve a monkey. Achieve 500 likes, we achieve a monkey. Want to know what that is? Spank the like button and you'll soon find out. Subi Sue 73, thank you so much for the $10 Scobie bucks. Saying, sorry if I was late. My son's a senior in high school this year and just dropped him off at a dance. Homecoming, as we call the dance. Much love to you. Thanks for all you do. Oh, thank you. And don't apologise for being late. Oh, my goodness. For you to be here, thank you so much at any point of the stream. And you can always rewind back if you got a fear of missing out. So don't worry about that. But oh my goodness, you dropped him off at the homecoming dance. Oh, I wish we had stuff like that. We don't. The prom started coming in I want to say 20 years ago. Back end of my academic kind of career, if you want to call it that. That's really when the prom started to kind of weasel its way into our culture here in the UK. Bev Hart, I identify as a barrier. So, are you do not butt chug me with the Union Jack flag? I refuse to be butt butt-chugged by the Union Jack flag. I am a barrier. I do not want to be butt-chugged by a Union Jack flag. I do realise that whatever you say on the internet stays on there forever. I understand. I'll say it again. I do not want to be butt-chugged by a Union Jack flag. Oh. I might just do do you know what? I'm tempted to do a YouTube short right now and just release it saying, I do not want to be butt-chugged by a Union Jack flag. I am a barrier. I do not want to be butt-chugged by a Union Jack flag. I might actually do that live. Screw it, I'm doing it. I am. This is going to be fun. You guys are going to see a little bit of a behind the scenes look right now of me doing a YouTube short. This is going to be fun. Okay, hang on a minute. What am I going to say? Yeah. Okay. All right. This is a bit, what is it, isn't it? Okay. 3, 2, 1. I do not want to be butt-chugged by the Union Jack flag. And if you want to understand the context of that statement, then make sure you watch my stream from earlier on today. Let me just replay that back and just see. To be butt-chugged by the Union Jack flag. And if you want to understand the context of that statement, then make sure you watch my stream from earlier on today. Yeah. Okay, let me just edit that slightly. I'm just trimming the... When I say editing, I just trim the, like, the end and the beginning bits. Okay, save the video. Screw this. We're going to do this. Okay, and then I'm going to upload it. No, not that. No. I do not want to be butt-chugged by the Union Jack flag. And if you want to understand the context of that statement, then make sure you watch my stream. Come on. All right. YouTube have amended the app slightly in terms of how shorts are uploaded. They're really trying to force you to use their own platform to create the short. I don't care. I don't want to do that. Come on. What should I title this? What should I title this? Union Jack flag butt plugin not allowed. Say no to... Yeah. Say no to Union Jack flag butt plugin. No, hang on. To British. Okay. Say no to British flag butt plugging. Yeah. That's what we'll do. And we'll make it public. Okay. And we'll upload it. All right, it's uploading. Ta-da! And that's how you make a short, guys. It's pretty short, right? It's pretty short indeed. But yeah, I do not want to be butt plugged by the Union Jack flag. There we go. Oh, there we are. Beth Wingfield says, love the channel, Steph. Always be proud of your nation, national identity and family's heritage. It's part of who you are. Be proud. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Totally proud. I think the short is also live. Let's double check. Yes. It is. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna share it. Say, oh, hang on. Say no to British flag butt plugin. This is a short, guys. I'm sharing it in the chat right now. Give it some love. Give my butt plugging statement some love. There you go. Martine. Oh, thank you so much for the €2 Scobie bucks. Oh, he's my favourite. Yay. The Ginger Doggy Fighting Arts moment. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. My goodness, guys. You're definitely with the support today. I really appreciate that. I wonder... Okay, there you go. It's a little bit of fun, guys. It's a little bit of fun. Right. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Wendy says, wish the UK had a constitution. I do too. I do too. I do wish we had a something similar to the American Constitution. Anne-Marie says, I've tagged you on Twitter. Okay, regarding the post. Let's have a look. Oh my goodness. Right. Okay.
Has it been so windy that the reefs have been knocked off? Oh, wet.
Wow. Yeah,
Has it been
no.
so windy?
This again. You know what? The reefs. So, firstly, yeah, definitely good on this man. Elaine, let me just go down. I see you. Definitely, yeah, good on this man. Absolutely. Totally. This is the thing. Those reefs originally were where he placed them. They were put on the floor for the Palestinian flag. Again, I could be talking about Palestinian flag, American, French, Italian, Japanese, Australian, French, whatever, right? For whatever flag is on there. If you want to hang a flag next to the reefs, fine. Okay, fine. Have at it. But to throw the reefs on the floor, to replace it with a flag of any nationality, don't matter. Nope. Nope. I'm not here for that. I'm not here for that. So what this dude did was totally correct. Totally correct. Because this, whoever did this, that put that flag there, again, any nationality, don't matter. Complete disrespect of that memorial and the soldiers who died that is being respected by this memorial. Totally disrespectful. Absolute insult. Absolute insult. So yeah, for this person here, this hero, I want to call him a hero here, this hero, whoever he is, to put the reefs back where they're supposed to be, take the flag off, again, any nationality, don't matter which flag it is, and snap them in two, the flag, fine. Absolutely fine at that point. Totally agree. Because that flag, again, whatever nationality, it doesn't matter, was put there at the expense of these reefs that have then put on the floor. Complete disrespect to the memorial and the soldiers who died for our freedom that this memorial represents. Yeah, Shaz, exactly. That man is a superhero. Totally. Totally. Sergeant George Harrison, thank you so much for the $2 Scobie bucks. Saying, Steph, got to go. Have an amazing week. You too, honey. I am going to be live tomorrow. So it should then be 10 o'clock UK time instead of 11 o'clock UK time. Because then your American alternates, your clocks will have gone back by then. So, yeah. There we go. Have an amazing week, Sergeant. Appreciate your face. Yeah, that's nuts. That's nuts. And oh my goodness, guys! Ah! Guess what's happened? Yes, we've achieved 500 likes, which is a monkey. Actually, we've achieved more than that. We're 503 likes, guys. So, yes, we've achieved a monkey, which means only one thing. Get your monkey shoes. Sorry, let's try that again. Get your dancing monkey shoes on. Woohoo! Yeah, boy. Yes. Thank you to everyone that spanked that like button and helped us get a monkey for today's stream. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. My goodness. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate that. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else I was tagged in. Okay, no more tags. That's fine. Nothing email-wise. That's fine as well. I agree, Samantha. Respect should run both ways. Totally. Just as I respect anyone's right to fly their own flag, to hang it from barriers, whatever, right? We have a flag too. It's called the Union Jack. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And all I'm going to do is show this. Uh-oh. I hear the sound of sugar heads exploding right now. You guys have no clue. No clue what you're in for. Oh, my goodness. Dr. Moore Cook says, why don't you talk about your new glasses? Okay. So, these glasses, I've got 3 pairs. These brown ones, blue ones, and black ones. And they're blue light glasses. They're not prescription glasses or anything like that. I don't need them, but they're blue light glasses. So when you're someone like me and you're in front of the computer literally all day, on the phone pretty much all the time, you know, because of what I do as a YouTuber, I've learned that, you know, the light that's emitted from the computer screens, the phones, everything can be harmful towards your eyes because of this blue light situation, right? And so when I was in LA at one point, I was at the Americana and there was this shop called C. And I went in there initially to get one pair of my sunglasses fixed. And they fixed them. Brilliant. And I saw these glasses and I was like, what are these? And he explained them to me. I'm like, right, okay, done. Got them in brown, black and blue. And so now every time I'm in front of a computer, especially in the studio, I try and remember to wear these. To try and, you know, protect my eyes as much as possible. Especially with what's happened recently with Andy, it's definitely more at the forefront of my mind. Dr. Mocoke says, I don't know why it's that big. You mean my glasses? Well, I do like big glasses anyway. And hey, I think these suit me, so there we go. Oh, you know they're going to be out in force on Monday. And I'm hoping they do, because then I'm just going to monetize them even more. Monetize those Mormons even more at that point. Will Call says, good to wear blue light glasses. I have them in my prescription, the UVA and B filters. Gucci. Okay, guys. So, it's 1 o'clock in the morning for me. And so I'm going to wind down today's stream. I've been streaming now for over 2 hours. Don't time fly when you're having fun, right, guys? So, yeah, I'm winding down today's stream, guys. I will be back tomorrow, 10 o'clock UK time, because like I said by then, the American clocks, they'll have gone back 1 hour. So the time difference will be the same again as usual. It'll gone back to normal. So, yeah, join me tomorrow, 10 o'clock UK time, which should then be 5 o'clock Eastern, for another edition of the Daily Nerd Live Sunday version. And, yeah, we'll discuss more Hazza and Megsy adventures. Oh, they're so dumb. So dumb. So dumb. But yeah, as I'm winding down, if you guys have any last comments, super chat stickers, or you want to jump into today's gifting war, you've got a final chance to do so. We're at 26 new leaders in terms of the gifting war. So we just need 4 more of you to either spank the join button or jump into today's gifting war, and we can get it to 30 new leaders for today's stream. So let's see if anyone else wants to do that. Oh yeah, totally, bring it on. Because guess what? We didn't get arrested. Why? Because we did nothing wrong. We didn't break any laws. And oh my goodness, the sugarheads will be exploding anyway due to the mere fact that I was let into the country. Yet again, by the way. Oh, do you remember that whole palaver of them tagging in the FBI and the Department of Homeland Security and Border Control and the police? It didn't work. I was still able to get into the country. Why? Because I'm peaceful and do not break the laws when I'm there. It would be dumb of me to do that. So many dipshits. But guess what? I can imagine when it all comes out on Monday and you guys see everything, that the sugars will twist it and be like, oh, they broke the law because they kind of did this and they kind of did that. And they'll try and twist it. But guess what? We didn't get arrested. Therefore, we didn't break any laws. Therefore, morons. But yes, on Monday, there'll be a video coming out of our adventures over there. And there will also be a video here that will come out afterwards. And I'm going to be doing a day in the life of Megsy. Oh, yeah. We got some intel. A day in the life of a Megsy. So, yeah. I hope you guys give it all the love. Because I don't think it's ever really been done before the way I'm doing it. So, there we are. Anne-Marie says, looking forward to Monday. Any spoilers? Sugar heads are going to explode. Sugar heads are going to explode. Even though they've done it. They've done it. The Jojo Diva tour. The Jojo Diva is someone on Twitter who's a sugar, and back in July, she went and did it all. And no one batted an eyelid then and called her a crazy stalker and a harasser and all this lot. We just went on the Jojo approved tour. Matthew says, 99 problems and a dipshiz ain't one. Tell me about it. I know, right? Shad says, so it's 12 Andy's time. What time is it for us? So, hang on a minute. It's 9 where he is. It's 9:10. Because it's 1:10 here. So 4 hours backwards, it's 9:10 in Florida right now. Oh, MLS. Hey up, MLS. How's it going, mate? Thank you so much for the $10 Scobie bucks. Saying Stef is the best. Oh, thank you. It's still there. I like it there. I think it's pretty cool there. If you didn't see me last week on Valhalla Awaits channel, then go on over, because I was there with Valhalla and MLS, and we were making Lego. I was making that. And they were interviewing me at the same time. It got interesting. Being interviewed and trying to do Lego at the same time, harder than it seems. Definitely harder. Definitely harder. Erica Adams says, Scobie just blocked me on X. Hang on. Am I blocked by Scobie? Nope. Not yet, anyway. When Endgame comes out, he might feel differently. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, guys. So, I'm going to end it here, but I'm going to end it with a little bit of an announcement. I wanted to leave it right to the end, but because I'm a bit nervous about this. But, okay. End of this month, on the 29th of November, I'm having an operation. I am basically, the operation is to remove a cyst. It's completely benign. It's not cancerous. I got it all checked out. But it's pretty painful, especially where it is. So, yeah. End of this month, I'm having an operation. In terms of the recovery period, we don't know. It depends how they close it up. They're either going to pack it or they're going to stitch it. If they pack it, then the recovery time is considerably longer. If they stitch it up, then we might be calling it a couple of weeks. Either way, I don't know what I'm going to be able to do on this channel whilst I recover from the operation. I have the necessary equipment needed in my house to get out and about and do what I need to do here. Hopefully, it will mean that the videos and the streams on this channel remain largely uninterrupted. But yeah, I don't know is the answer to it all. Why? Because, not to get too graphic, but the cyst is, let's say, a lower back area. And so you guys haven't known this, so, it's fair enough. But sometimes sitting down can be really, really painful because of where the cyst is. Sometimes it's fine. Like right now, it's fine. Like I'm okay. It's not painful at all. But sometimes the cyst, it gets really painful when I sit down. So, yeah, we're getting rid of that problem. But the operation itself, in terms of recovery, not too sure where we're going to be at with that. I only found out a couple of days ago that this operation was going to be on the 29th of November. So my whole plan to go to Italy next month for my grandma and granddad's 60th wedding anniversary is completely off the table now. That's not going to happen. Unfortunately, I can't go. But yeah, with that being said, yeah, that is what's coming up. So hopefully I can still do videos. Hopefully I can still do the streams. I really still want to do all that. But if I can't, or if I have to limit what I'm doing for the recovery, then please just bear with me. If it means, and I hate to say this, but if it means that in December there's no leader-only stream, please forgive me for that. I'm going to have to see how I get on with this and the recovery. I hope they're able to stitch me back up. If they stitch me back up, then the recovery time is much easier and quicker. If they patch me, there's one where they just they leave it as an open wound and they stuff like this medical stuff inside the wound. So it's an open wound, and like then the nurses have to come to my house like every couple of days to sort it out or whatever. If they do that, if they pack the wound, then that's going to be worse, and that's going to be more trickier to traverse, to somehow try and get used to and recover from it. Yeah, I'm kind of like, this is all just in my head coming out. This is word vomit right now. But yeah, that's the situation. Christmas now is up in the air again. I mean, damn, I'm not having the best luck when it comes to Christmas right now. Last Christmas, on that day, Christmas Day, I was in hospital due to a pancreatitis attack. This Christmas, I'm literally going to be on my back recovering from this operation. So do you know what I've done? My Christmas tree and all my decorations are now up. Now. I know it's the beginning of November, but if I don't do it now, I'm never going to be able to do it. Especially after the operation, I'm definitely not going to be doing it. Be able to do it after the operation. So yeah, all that Christmas stuff that I bought, it's all up now. Which I don't really like, because it's not Christmas yet. It's not Christmas month yet. But I've had to do it now whilst I still can. Because after the operation, that's just not going to happen. And I'm kind of like bummed out a little bit in terms of the timing of it all, because again, if you follow me on Twitter, I announced that I had gone to my animator. So, you know, all of this down here, the pre-intro, intro, outro, all the animations, 99% of it is this dude that I go to called Martin. And I went to him a couple of weeks back and I was like, right, Christmas fight, everything. The header, the footer, the pre-intro, intro, outro. I want snowflakes. I want Santa on a freaking sleigh with his reindeer flying about. All this lot. And he did. And it's amazing. And it's so cool. And I can't wait for you guys to see it in December when I launch it. It's only for December, mind you, because, you know, Christmas, hello. And partly for the new year. We'll go up to the 6th of January, okay? But now I don't know how much I'm going to use of that. Because I don't know how much I'm going to be able to actually stream and do videos for you guys as I'm recovering. So, yeah, I think. I mean, it's gonna get rid of this problem that I've actually had for years. I'm 37, and this started when I was about 22 years old. So I've had this now for 15 years. And I'll tell you exactly what's happened. So I didn't do anything for years with it because at the same time I was going through my pancreatitis and getting all that under control. Okay, it's under control now, the best that we can get it. A few years ago, I went to the doctor and I was like, right, okay, this cyst, it's painful, this, that and the other, let's get it sorted. He says, okay, here's some antibiotics, here's some cleaning solution, that should get rid. It never got rid. So I never went back until about 3-4 months ago. I was like, yeah, I'm done now. It was getting, I mean, at times it was getting really, really painful to stream here, to even do videos when it was in that kind of mood. And so I went to doctors, especially now that this is my job. So I went to doctors. Check this out. The doctor initially says, yeah, we can get rid of it. Come back next week. There's a GP that does it within the surgery. He'll be able to get it cauterized. brilliant. Go to GP, is like, yeah, no, I can't do that. Steph, you need to go to hospital to get that out. Like, what? So they refer me to the hospital and I see the specialist and he's like, oh, yeah, it's only us that can take this out. I'm like, bloody hell, okay. And he's like, yeah, we can get it out. This is how we'll do it. We'll get you in probably by September. Well, yeah, early on this week, I'm like, I still haven't got a date. So last couple of weeks, I've been trying to get a hold of the doctor's secretary, was able to speak to her this week. She's like, yeah, okay, we'll get you in 29th of November. I'm like, okay, let's just get it done. So yeah, I found out though that this condition that I've got runs in family. My brother has had it twice. No, I think he's just had it the once. Yeah, no, sorry. My brother has had it once, and one of my cousins over in Italy has had it twice. So it seems like our generation anyway, in this family, it runs in family. Because it's like, my brother and my cousin are like, yeah, it's in the exact same place that we've had it. I'm like, you're kidding me. They're like, no. Exact same place. I'm like, shiz the bed. Shiz the bed. Oh, and you want to know something that's really, really funny? So where it is specifically, I said lower back because I was trying to be a bit delicate, but screw it. It's at the top of my butt, basically. Just kind of like inside the butt crack a little bit. That's why at times it's getting painful to sit down and do videos and stream and whatnot. And so, you know the funniest thing? The surgeon turns around and tells me, right, yeah, we can get it removed. And then what we'll do is basically what he described was plastic surgery. When I have plastic surgery on my butt, what he explained to me was this. We'll take it out, and then what we'll do is the top of your butt crack, we're going to kind of sew it together a little bit. We're going to close off that butt crack a little bit to stop it from happening again, basically. So, yeah. I'm having a bit of butt surgery as well, like plastic surgery on my butt. I am having butt surgery because, you know, the cyst is basically there and it's going, but yeah. I'm having plastic surgery on my butt, guys. Do you know what? If you can't laugh about it, what can you laugh about, right? But yeah, butt surgery on me butt. Butt surgery on my butt. Of course, because it's butt surgery. It says it in its name. Of course it's on my butt. Cause dude. It's nearly 1:30 in the morning. Forgive me. But yeah. Insane, right? So, the moral of all that is 29th of November, I'm having an operation. I have no idea in terms of what's going to be happening on this channel afterwards. I hope I can still continue to do the videos and the streams because it's what I enjoy doing. But if I can't, or if I have to limit them, or if there's no, let's say, leader-only stream for December, please forgive me. But, yeah, I'm recovering from butt surgery, basically. So yeah, sitting down might be a challenge. When I said I've got the necessary like medical accoutrements, like I've got literally, I'll show you, hang on, because I've got it right here. Yeah, medical grade apparently this is. Sitting donut. I've got one in this room here in the studio. I've got one downstairs on my sofa. I've got one for my bed. Like, these things right now are everywhere in my house. Best believe I am trying to ensure that during my recovery period, I'm still going to be able to do what I love, which is be on YouTube. We'll soon find out if it all works. We really, really will. Oh, and the other thing that I want to tell you guys before we go is, So you guys know that I've been on since about, I want to say May time. I think people are calling it a glow up. And on a health kick to lose weight. So the glow up continues, with, my skin and my hair and all that lot, right? Loving it. Brilliant. Crack on. Losing weight. So I started off at 10 stone 10. I got down at 10 stone, just under. I think I was like 9 stone 12 or something like that. Yeah, the weight's gone up again. I'm now at 10 stone 7. Los Angeles probably didn't help, which I knew that was going to happen. I knew I was going to gain weight when I got to Los Angeles. I knew. That's fine. I enjoyed myself. No regrets. But it's been a couple of months since I've really got back into my exercising. That's really kind of fallen off the map. I've still been doing my bike riding, so that still happened and still continues because I enjoy that. But my exercises at home, I've just not been doing them for the last couple of months, admittedly. And so, this week, actually yesterday, I say yesterday, it's Sunday now, Friday, I went to see a personal trainer, and we did the initial assessment, and then I did my first ever session with a personal trainer. Shiz the bed. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I was like, right, next. After each kind of rep or run, I'm like, right, what's next? What are we doing next? But shiz, today, my thighs are feeling it. And my tummy as well, because I said to him, right, okay, there are 2 areas that I want to focus on. My tummy, get rid, and the top of my arms, bingo wings, get rid. It was fine. So I'm definitely feeling it in my tummy a little bit, but I'm more feeling it in my thighs. Oh, my thighs, whoo, are a little bit on the sore side. It's fine, I can still walk out and about. I rode my bike again today, so that's all fine. But yeah, going up and downstairs at the moment, it's a bit on the sore side. But really enjoyed it. And so, yeah, great timing starting a 6-week session with personal trainer that has to stop pretty much halfway through because of an operation. But oh well, if I don't start it now, when will you start it, right? So, yeah, I want to be able to have, how do I put this? I want to be able to wear a dress and not be conscious of my tummy. Yeah. I'll keep it 100, yeah. I want my tummy to be flat. As flat as possible. Okay, a little bit of a bump. Fine, all right, yeah, okay. We all have tummies, fine. But, I want it to be flatter than what it is right now. When I showed the personal trainer, I says, right, this is the tummy we're dealing with. He's like, where's the tummy again? It's when I spoke to you over at phone, Stef, I was expecting a tummy. You've not got that much of a tummy. I'm like, dude, it's enough. It's enough of a tummy for me. So, yeah. But I've never been to a gym before with a personal trainer, so it was definitely an experience that I actually enjoyed. He showed me, the equipment that we were using, how to use it, and I was using it. And I really pushed myself. It's probably why I'm really sore, but that's a good thing, right? But yeah, I really pushed myself and went in and did the thing. So there we go. An hour. No, actually, it was longer than that because he was showing me stuff. So it was about an hour and a half session, which was really cool. Oh, my goodness. Winter, thank you so much for the £10 Scobie books. Oh, Mrs. Green Doodles, LOL. Thank you. Appreciate it. Elaine says, hope you have a speedy recovery. Thank you. Shaz says, we'll be patiently waiting for you. Thank you. I see all your support right now. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much for that. Phil says prayers. Thank you, Big Hoff. Appreciate you, mate. yeah, I mean, everything's going to be fine. I've been through, if you want to say, worse operations. So I've had my gallbladder taken out. That was actually the worst. It was my first operation. It was the worst one. Why? Because when they took my gallbladder out, when they then woke me up outside the theatre room, guys, it was the worst pain I've ever felt in my life. I started screaming down the hospital like no one's business. I just started screaming it down. I couldn't stop. The pain was unbearable. I just remember waking up and then all of a sudden, pain. A wall of pain just hit me and I couldn't stop screaming. And the nurses, and this happened a couple of times actually when I've been to A&E with a pancreas attack. When you have a pancreas attack, guys, you can't stop screaming. It's that's pain, guys. That's pain. So similar to at times when I've gone into A&E and how the nurses have reacted there. Here, after my gallbladder removal operation, they woke me up and I started screaming and they turned around and told me to shut up. And told me to be quiet because I was scaring the other patients that were waiting for their operations. Did I feel for the other patients waiting? Of course, I was sympathetic to that. However, I was in a shit ton of pain. So they had to do something about it. I wasn't screaming for my own damn amusement, that's for sure. And one of the nurses, I remember this, had the gall to turn round and say, so what you're telling me, Stef, is you are suffering from a rare reaction right now after surgery. A rare after surgery reaction. And I looked at her and just screamed in pain. And doing that, it was like, what do you freaking think, lass? What do you freaking think? You think I'm screaming for my own damn amusement? Oh my God, it was the worst pain ever. And then I don't remember much after that. They must have put me under then because I had the cannula in. So they must have put me under because then the next thing I know, I wake up and I'm in the ward and I'm hooked up to a morphine pump. Now that was fun. Like every 2 minutes I could just be like, more morphine please, thank you. Just to kind of keep the pain at bay because that was the problem. So yeah, that was my first and worst operation that I've ever had to undergo because of what happened afterwards. The recovery though was fine after all that. I had the stitches in. Then about a week later, I got them took out. Fine, recovery was fine. It was keyhole as well. I still have the scars. And then I used to have like every 6 months via the pain clinic, a celiac plexus block. We're a pain clinic surgeon. I've had an emergency operation to get my, what is it now? Pancreatic duct widened. That was the second worst. That was the second worst operation I've ever had. Why? Because they didn't put me to sleep. And so when she did it, I remembered everything. I could feel everything. And it just felt like I was choking. And so when they did it again a couple of years ago, I insisted, you're knocking me the frick out on that one. And they did, to their credit, and got me sorted. Fine. And then, like, the biggest major operation that I've had was the spinal cord stimulator being installed. Now, that one was very complex because there were times where I had to actually be awake for it. But I was actually awake for all of it. Let me explain. So a spinal cord stimulator is a machine that's inside of me right now. It's basically like a TENS machine, but it's inside of you. It's always emitting electrical impulses that's blocking the pain signals going to my brain. So the majority of the times, my pancreas can be like, screw you, Steph, but I don't feel it. Great, right? But then there are the times that I do feel it, and that's when my morphine comes out to play. But how the surgery went was I had to go in, spoke to the pain clinic surgeon. He was like, right, okay, where should we put the battery? Top of your butt or like in your back towards the bottom of your ribs? And I'm like, put it in my butt, put it in my butt. And he's looking at me thinking, what the hell? And I'm like, put it in my butt so I can tell people that every week I charge my butt up, because every week I need to charge the battery and I have to do so via like a wireless pad that I put over that's connected to a battery that charges the battery inside. So yeah, literally every week I charge my butt. It's very, very funny to be able to say that, but it's a thing and I like it. But in the end, he made this he tried to justify it as well to like go with my wishes. He was like, yeah, okay, we'll put it in the top of your butt because, I mean, to be fair, there's not much fat in your back anyway. I mean, if you tried to do it now, he'd probably be like, no, we're doing it in your back. But at the time, he was like, no, we'll do it in your butt because there's more fat there. Okay, brilliant. So we go in and he explained to me that there was going to be a point where they had to put me under. But part of it, I had to be awake to ensure that essentially I could still move my feet and they weren't going to paralyze me. Because, yes, they're putting the battery in my butt, but then there's wires that are coming out of that battery, and those wires right now are on my spine. So they were doing a like spinal surgery as well to a certain extent, installing those wires on my spine. So they needed to make sure that I was awake so I could still move my feet so they weren't paralyzing me. Because there was a big like risk of that. Fine. I didn't feel anything as they were cutting me open in my butt, in my spine and installing things. I felt nothing. The anesthesiologist really did his work there. But then there was the point where they had to put me under. I did warn the anesthesiologist that I had a high tolerance for the stuff because of what I was already on. Because at that point, I was on buprenorphine every day to try and handle the pancreas pain. Buprenorphine, for those that don't know, is a very, very high opioid. Very powerful. You don't play with that stuff. They are not sweets that you play with. I'm telling you that right now. Highly dangerous, highly addictive. But let me put it into context for you. Buprenorphine is medication that doctors use to wean people off of heroin. Yeah, that's what we're talking about here. And so I turned around and I said, bear in mind my high tolerance for this stuff. You guys need to give me more than usual. So bearing that in mind, there was a point of the operation where they had to put me under. So he gives me some more alifentanil, right? I'm not under. Gives me more alifentanil. I'm not feeling a thing. They're doing what they're doing in my back and my butt, getting everything installed, all this lot, right? I'm chatting. I'm chatting away. I don't remember what I was chatting about now, but I do remember being fully awake for it, being fully conscious and chatting with the anesthesiologist that was literally there, because I'm literally like, the way that it all was going down, I was laid on the bed on my front as they were doing everything in my back and my butt and whatnot. And yeah, the point where they're putting me under, I went under. I was chatting. I was fully conscious. Chatting with the anesthesiologist about shit. I don't know what I was chatting about. I don't remember now, but I remember that. I remember being awake for it all. Didn't feel a thing with what they were doing behind. Not a thing. Afterwards, in the recovery room, the anesthesiologist, he came in and he was like, wow, Stef. He was like, I've never seen that before, where I've given someone that amount and they're still awake and they're still conscious and they're having a chat with me the whole way through. I'm like, dude, I did warn you that I have a high tolerance for this shit. You need to give me more than usual if you really want to put me under, right? Like, when I go to A&E with a pancreas attack, okay, if someone draws up 10 millilitres of IV morphine to put in my cannula, they need to give me that full lot. A couple of mils does not work. You got to give me it all. Because again, I got a high tolerance for this shit. Sometimes, if the attack is really like massively bad, because there's like an added complication, let's say, and this has happened before, my liver gets affected with it. Then they've got to double that. They've got to give me 20. And let me put it into more context for you. The morphine that I have at home, it's called Oromorph. And what that is basically morphine. It is morphine, but you've got to swallow it rather than it being injected. It tastes rank. I hate it. I try and stay off of that as much as possible. I can't remember the last time I had to take it, actually. It's not an everyday thing. I used to have to take it every day. Not anymore, thank goodness. But when I have to take my morphine, you are talking anywhere between 30 to 40 millilitres of Oromorph. In milligrams, that's 60 to 80 milligrams of morphine. Pretty much in one go. Yep. Now, for a normal person, 5 to 10 millilitres of morphine, of oral morphine, is going to knock someone out. 30 to 40 millilitres? That's me. That's where I'm at. And so, if that doesn't work, now that doesn't knock me out. It makes me really, really woozy. At that high level, it makes me woozy. It makes me lightheaded. I get confused. I get very about it all. And I'm slurring. And I can't really talk properly. It's not like I can't talk. I can talk, but thinking of words and what to say is more difficult because then the morphine's taking over. Then at that point, I'm texting Andy. I'm like, Andy, in pain, taking morphine, bye. Bye for the day. I'm out. Now, Andy's awesome. It's rare that I have to do that. But yeah, on the occasion I've got to do that, Andy's awesome and he understands and is like, yeah, bugger off. I'll see you tomorrow kind of thing, hopefully. Take care and all that lot, yeah. So yeah. But, yeah. I have a high tolerance of that shit. So no wonder anesthesiologist is like, you didn't go under. Yeah, I didn't. Got high tolerance for it. Even at that point, once I take the 30 to 40 milligrams, once I take the 30 to 40 millilitres of Oromorph, if that doesn't work, and I'm still screaming in pain at that point, then what do? I try and take sleeping tablets. Now, over-the-counter sleeping tablets, so Nitol, that kind of thing, right? My doctors are very much aware of what I take and what I do in these circumstances. Everything, including the sleeping tablets. They are very much aware of that. And why do I do that? They understand. I'm trying to mimic what happens in hospital. What happens in hospital? So I go in, I'm screaming my ass off. They give me IV morphine, anti-sickness as well through IV as well, because otherwise I'm going to just go projectile at everyone at that point. And it knocks me out and I go to sleep. So by taking the Oromorph, if that doesn't work, then taking the sleeping tablets to add on top of the morphine that's already in my system, I'm trying to mimic what the IV morphine does, which is knock me out and get me to sleep so I can try and sleep through the worst of the pain, right? So yeah, after 30 to 40 millilitres of Oromorph, which is 60 to 80 milligrams of morphine, if that doesn't work and I'm still screaming my ass off, I then take the sleeping tablets. That doesn't work, we're calling 999 then at that point. because the machine's failed. I've taken a shit ton of morphine. That's failed. I've taken sleeping tablets. That's failed. And I'll take the recommended dose of sleeping tablets. I won't go over. So the Nitol is like 1 to 2. So I'll do that. But yeah. Before I continue, Sarai, Steph, eat bananas before your workouts to help. Why does that help? I'll get them, but why does that help? If you can explain to me why, Sarai. Angie Nielsen, thank you so much for the $2 Scobie bucks. Saying my last surgery was when I was 41 in February. I get 42 and 43. Oh. Wow, you've had 41 surgeries. Bloody hell. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope it's doing, though, what it needs to do. I haven't had as many surgeries, but it's certainly in double figures. Anyways, so yeah, when the machine inside fails and I feel the pancreas attack, that's when the morphine comes into play. If that doesn't work, then I'll take the sleeping tablets. If that doesn't work, I know I'm screwed. I've got to go into hospital. There are times that I know I'm screwed no matter what, and I won't get to that. I won't go through that process of all of that Oromorph and all of that sleeping tablets. So, example, last year in December on Christmas Day when I had to go in with a pancreas attack, I took 20 milliliters of Oromorph and I stopped then. I just knew I had to go back in at that point. There was no way around it, like zero way around it. I knew if I continued with the Oromorph and the sleeping tablets, that attack was just not going anywhere. If anything, it was getting worse and worse and worse. But it was getting worse and worse and worse quicker than usual. Like, that attack was a very, very speedy progression from 0 to 1,000 in like 2 seconds rather than 10, right? So at that point, I just knew, and I was like, ring the ambulance right now. Now, the ambulance, I'm screaming in the background. They are hearing me scream the house freaking down, right? And the ambulance service turns around and says, yeah, we'll get the ambulance in an hour. Now, I don't want anyone to be, you're going to be alarmed by it potentially, whichever way I say it, but I'm used to it. I'm used to this fact. I'm at peace with it. It is what it is. I hate saying it out loud, but full disclosure. Pancreatitis attacks are deadly. They can cause complications that can end up with me not being here. And I'm not just saying that for hyperbole. It's fact. The doctors have told me. End of. And the only reason why I know that is because one of the operations that I had a few years back, I won't go into too much detail, but I was in a position where I needed to leave. Okay, so I won't go into too much detail, but I'll explain it like this. The doctors told me, right, at 6 o'clock you can go. My ex-partner came. We were together at the time. But my now ex-partner came to pick me up and take me home. He came at 6. The doctors turned around and said, we screwed up. I says, what do you mean you screwed up? They said, no, you've got to leave at 8 o'clock, not 6 o'clock. We screwed up with the times. My ex-partner said, look, I'm leaving now. You're either coming with me or you're going back on your own. That was basically it. And I was speaking to the doctors. I was like, I don't really have much of a choice. I've got to go back home now. And the doctor turned around and said, we're keeping you here in case you have a pancreas attack, because if you do, pancreas attacks are deadly. They are life-threatening. That's what he said. He said they are life-threatening. And that was the first time I found out that they were life-threatening. But anyway, that's how I know. The doctors have literally told me my pancreas attacks can be life-threatening. So, going back to last year, knowing that, I'm screaming the house down. The ambulance service is turning around and saying the ambulance is going to be here in an hour. Ring back if it gets worse. And this was my brother who called the ambulance service at the time. Bless him. He left he put the phone down, told me, right, ambulance is coming, but it's going to take an hour. I told him, ring them the F back. I can't wait that long. They have to get me now. Explain that what I've got and this attack is life-threatening. I'm not lying. It's not hyperbole. It's what the doctors have told me. These attacks are life-threatening. They need to get me now. And so he goes back on phone, bless him. And he's trying to explain, and I'm screaming. And I'm screaming at them. Not, how do I put this? I'm not screaming at them in anger. I'm screaming at them because I'm in pain, and I'm screaming because of the pain. And so the only way that I can talk is by screaming because of the pain, if that makes sense. And I'm like, it's life-threatening. They need to come now. The pain is unbearable. They need to get me in. Can't wait. It's getting worse. Get me now. And to the credit, after the second call, within 2 minutes, it was I got the ambulance around. The ambulance came. And they hooked me up on gas and air, Entinox, which is like the closest I'll ever get to now feeling drunk. So that was that. And then, they shipped me in. They're like, yeah, you couldn't have waited an hour. I'm like, damn right, I couldn't have waited an hour. They saw me as soon as they came in. I'm screaming. I'm on the floor. I'm huddled up in a fetal position trying to get this pain under control, and it just ain't happening. It was out of control then at that point. And they're like, yeah, you need help now, lass. I'm like, tell me about it, right? No shit, Sherlock. So, yeah, they sorted me out. They carted me off to hospital. It took hours to see someone, which was insane. But, you know, the pain was largely under control at that point because of the Entinox and the treatment that the ambulance guys had given me. So, yeah, they just needed to take the blood levels, blood sugar levels, all that kit and caboodle, urine sample, the necessary scans that they do after a pancreas attack, all that lot, the usual. Because each pancreas attack, so the type of pancreatitis I've got is acute. For those that don't know, my full diagnosis is idiopathic recurrent acute pancreatitis. It's a mouthful and it's a lot of words, but what it basically means is that the pancreatitis likes to kick my ass a buttload of times for who knows why. We don't know why it does it. It just does it. But the acute part, this is going to sound really strange, but if you're going to have pancreatitis, you'd prefer acute over chronic. Why? Because acute basically means that the pancreatitis structurally is still sound. Chronic means the pancreas is actually fucked and that it's scarred. It's scarred itself. And once it starts scarring itself, that's when a buttload more problems come down the road and you just don't want them. So, yeah. I don't even know why I went into that now. I did now. Fair enough. what do I say? What do I want to say? I've lost my train of thought. But yeah, anyway, that's the diagnosis. That's what I'm living with. Fine, okay. Dealt with it on my own. Absolutely fine. I know what to do, where to go, who to speak to, what to take, what to do, blah, 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 right? I'm old at it right now, at this point. I could take care of myself. I largely did. You know, I'd go to hospital on my own, come out on my own, get my morphine on my own, the drinks on my own at one point. Like, I'm used to all that, which is probably a good thing now that I am on my own and phase 2 of Stef the Alternate, right? Which, by the way, this time last year, as Marcella said earlier on, it is the anniversary of being in Las Vegas for the Johnny Depp concert. And that trip really kind of opened my eyes to fully realize and understand that I do have people in my life that care for me. And it doesn't matter if there's an ocean between us and thousands of miles between us, quite literally. They have my back just as much as I have theirs. And really like realizing that and experiencing that and learning that in the Las Vegas trip this time last year, it made me then even more excited for my future, more excited for phase 2 of my life, and less nervous. Because I know that I'm on my own. Like, I'm in my house. I live on my own. But I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm not really on my own. I could turn on this computer right now, and I'm not saying this to flex, but I'm very lucky to be able to say it. I'm fortunate. Thousands of people will watch me and be with me and hang out with me on a stream or video, right? Or I could, you know, FaceTime Andy, Lewis, my big brothers, right? Any point. Or speak to any of my friends that I care about in America. I'm on my own, but I'm not. And in all honesty, living on my own, sorry, I'm not crying, it's just itchy eyes. It's like right in the corners as well. Okay. Living on my own, much easier than I thought it was going to be. I can do what I want. I can eat when I want. I can play music when I want, especially in this room because, you know, it's soundproofed wall here. So, you know, I've just got freedom that I never knew was possible or even existed. Dress how I want. When I say dress how I want, let me be very clear on this. I could dress how I wanted before. It was more, if I wore certain things, let's say, I'd get the piss taken out of. Like anything furry. Like, why are you wearing an animal for? Why are you hairy for? That kind of thing, right? But now I'll wear whatever I want and not be afraid of getting the piss taken out of. Or not really care that much anymore, in all honesty. I'll wear what I want to wear and that's it. It's done, right? But yeah, I am, this time last year, that Las Vegas trip really turned a lot of things around for me and opened up my eyes to know that I am still cared for and valued. And even though there's literally an ocean separating us and thousands of miles are separating us from the east to the west coast, I have people that I care about very deeply there. And they care about me back just the same. And that's nice to know. And for that to be really like shown to me in that Vegas trip this time last year, yeah, it got me to a position in my mind which was like, right, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready for my old life to end, and I'm ready for my new one to begin. Like, fully ready at that point. No reservation, no hesitation, no worries. It was just, right, let's get on with this now, and let's get my next life to begin. Let's move the hell out. Let's move into this house. Let's start it. Let's get it going. Yeah. And so I'm really, really grateful to Marcella for making that whole trip happen, because it meant more to me than was anticipated, really. It really, really did. And so, yeah, that trip, I suppose, you could say it changed my life. It really, really did. It made me so happy. Like, I went on that trip and I forgot everything that was going on at home. And I was able to leave that all behind and understand and realize that this was going to be my new life. And boy, what a life it was going to be. And damn, has it been a life and then some? This past year has surpassed everything I could have ever thought could have happened. It surprised me in so many ways. And it's been amazing. Have there been challenges? Of course there have. There's always challenges. But it's been easier and much more fun than I ever thought. And damn, is it a beautiful world out there. It really, really is. And, you know, I suppose it's like a typical feeling that people have, especially after a breakup when you've been together for so long. You think, am I going to find anyone else? Like, will anyone else love me, like me in that way, want to be with me? Yeah. There's someone out there. I've just got to either find them, or they've got to have the balls to come up to me and say, basically, I like you. Do you like me? Do you want to do something about it? Right? And yeah, but I am very comfortable and very confident in knowing that relationship-wise, there is. Yeah. The relationship-wise, there is someone out there. They just have to pluck up the courage to come to me. Because as I said before, in a previous stream, I've always been the person that if I liked someone, I went up to them. I like you, do you like me, do you want to do something about it? Kind of thing, right? But this time, as I've said before, I want to be on the other end of that. I want to experience that for myself, like someone coming up to me and making that effort, right? And if they do, and I like them in that way, then I know they're definitely worth it. Do you know what I mean? So, whereas before I was like really scared that I was going to be on my own for the rest of my life, that I wasn't going to find anyone else, that I wasn't worth it, that I'd failed, that I was a failure. Now it's no. There is someone out there. They just have to pluck up the courage. If they do, fine. If they don't, that's fine as well. But they've got to pluck up the courage to come to me. And yeah, that whole trip this time last year got me to that kind of thinking. Instead of feeling like scared that I was never going to meet anyone else and, you know, no one was going to like me in that way, that I was a failure, that I wasn't worth it, that no one would want to be with me. No. That trip taught me that there is someone out there and they've just got to pluck up the courage, and that's okay. That is okay by me. And so, yeah, I learned that. And I learned that I have people that I care for so deeply over in America, and they're the same with me. So it's reciprocal. That's cool. That's cool. Doesn't matter that there's an ocean between us and thousands of miles between us. That don't matter. Don't matter that I'm all the way in the UK and they're all the way in freaking America. Not a problem. I'll just book tickets and go to America tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? Which, you know, I could do if I wanted to, but no. I've got an operation end of this month. Better not do that. Oh, hang on. So I says, Steph, actually, it's after. It helps with the nutrients to support weight loss. It helps with digestion. Oh, so do you mean take the bananas afterwards? Do I take the bananas before or afterwards? Let me know. So yeah, that trip, this time last year in Vegas, really, yeah, it really did, change my life and change my whole outlook on my next phase. Not to be scared, not to be afraid, not to feel anxious about it, that everything was going to be okay. That I did still have people that cared for me, and that there is someone out there for me. They just have to pluck up the courage kind of thing, right? Everything will turn out fine. And my goodness, has everything turned out more than fine up to this point. Like, more than fine. It's been insane. An insane ride so far. And we're not even finished yet. We're not even finished yet. So, yeah. And so this time last year I was in Vegas with all the people that I cared about and still care about to this day. And in about 2 weeks' time, I call it my Independence Day. It's a bit bittersweet. Why? Because it's the day I moved out, the day I moved into this place, the day that phase 2 officially started. But it's also the last day. I can't believe I'm choking up still about it. But it's also the last day that I saw my babies. Dogs. But I call them my babies. They'll always be my babies. I'll always be the mum no matter what. But it was the last time I saw them. And so what I want to do, what I intend to do for my Independence Day is have a stream and celebrate. Hi. But I don't want to feel sad. I want to feel joyful. I want to feel happy about it. And I don't want this sadness of, you know, it being the last time I saw my babies to overshadow it. If anything, I'm trying to put it into a perspective of I'm lucky that they were in my life for as long as they were. It's not my fault that I don't see them anymore. And at least I can go to bed every night at peace, knowing that. But yeah, 2 weeks from now is going to be my Independence Day. So I'm going to do a special stream for that. I'm going to have some fun. But yeah, it's... I also understand it was the last day I saw my babies. So, yeah. But it's really, really strange how quick the year's gone by. Like, super strange how fast it's gone by. Why? Because of everything I've done. In the last year, I've crammed so much in this last 12 months, it's unreal. So much. But yeah, I've gone on much longer than I anticipated. Feels like only 2 seconds ago I said that I'd streamed for over 2 hours. Now I've streamed over 3. Hi. But yeah, that's that. Oh, thank you so much for all your comments, guys, and your support. I see them all right now. Oh, Wendy says, I'm concerned about your upcoming surgery. Oh, don't be concerned. Like I said, and I was explaining earlier on, I've been through much worse surgery-wise. But yeah, the problem is whether they're going to pack it or they're going to stitch it up. If they pack it, then the recovery time is much longer and it's much more complex. If they stitch it, then the recovery time is much shorter, like 2 to 3 weeks I read in the packet that they've sent over. 2 to 3 weeks, and yeah, the recovery itself isn't too complex then in that case. So I do hope they're able to stitch it back up. But we'll see. We'll see. I think the decision's going to be made on the day. Probably actually during the operation, because then at that point, once they get the cyst out and all that lot, then they're going to decide in terms of the state of it, whether they're going to pack it or they're going to stitch it up. That is what I imagine the decision is going to be made during the operation rather than pre-op. There's what it is. Yeah, my brother, he went through that. So when they took his out, they packed it, and he explained it's horrible. It really is. It's bad. So I do hope they do stitch it up rather than pack it. But if they do pack it, just got to deal with it. Deal with it, adapt to it, and that's it. But we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, guys, I'm definitely going to go at this point. So I want to say thank you to all you lovely lot out there that watched, that liked. We got 582 likes for this stream. As of me right now, looking at the screen, I see 582 likes. So we definitely achieved a monkey for today's stream. So thank you so much for that, guys. Thank you as well for all your comments. You guys have been wonderful. Thank you to the super chats. super chat stickers, member chats, people that joined, people that took part in today's gifting wars. Guys, we've got an amazing 26 new leaders for today's stream. So thank you so much for all of that. Thank you to everyone that clicked the subscribe button. If I refresh, where are we right now? We're at 77,921 alternates in our community. Guys, we are literally like, what, 89? No, 79. We are 79 alternates away from 78k, guys. So we're so close to hitting 78k. I'm sure we'll get there. But yeah. Thank you to everyone. If you're watching live on the replay, and on the replay, if you got this far, bloody hell, make sure on your way out, you definitely subscribe to join our Alter Nerd tribe. Never mind 78k. Help us get to 100k so we can get that silver play button right there. Like, share, comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theories, whatever's. But yeah, it's time for Betty Buys. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for joining. I'll see you all tomorrow for the Daily Nerd Live Sunday edition. And until then, you guys, laters. Bye.